From Bad Monkey Studios in beautiful Amish country, heard throughout these fabulous United States and around the globe on the World Wide Web, this is the B Team with Cory and Jim. I'm telling you, brother, the universe is against us. The universe does not want this Lou Ferrigno show released.
Do you have more hiccups?
Absolutely. Well, last week,
right?
I didn't push the right button on the recording,
right.
So it came out like trash. And then I had a spark tube in my computer fried.
It's not even a thing, but yeah.
Yeah. And today, of course, I don't know if you can hear it.
Hopefully,
be real quiet for a second. Yeah, there are not aircraft landing on my roof.
Nope.
They've decided. Now, for any of you who aren't regular listeners or watchers, I live in the middle of Amish country. I get one car on my road every 2 hours. And today they've decided they're going to pave the road right in front of my house.
Not even the entire road.
Nope.
Just like the fucking 10 feet of road right by the house and studio.
Yeah.
You know? It's ridiculous. You look out the window, and then you can see the top of the world's most giant paver.
Yeah.
Just sitting there doing about 2 miles an hour right by the window.
Yeah. They had to use a paver on this little cow path that they would use on an interstate. You know, it's humongous.
Yeah, it's large.
Unbelievable. So that's what we're dealing with.
Yeah.
Sorry if the sound is kind of off, but that's what it is.
Clearly something. It's karma. It's karma.
I don't know. What'd you do, Lou Ferrigno? How'd you bring this on us? It's unreal. So last week after the debacle, which I apologize for, we loaned the studio out to a couple fellas who have their own show. And the one I had met before, Ian Lashley,
right.
He owns Lashley Training Center, really great guy, intense. He's funny, but he's pretty intense for a young, he's early 20s.
Yeah.
And he's kind of locked in, focused in. That guy can tell you, what time he'll be going to the bathroom 3 years from now. I think he's just one of those guys.
Yeah. And
he brought in his partner, Matt. I had not met Matt before. Matt's a little older, little guy. He reminds me a lot of Brian Callen. Do you know who I'm talking about?
Yes.
A lot of him. Speech pattern, everything. He sounded a lot like him.
Super handsome.
He's quite, good looking cat. He's quiet. He's a quieter guy. I had to, encourage him to get
up on that mic a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Get in there deep.
Yeah. And he, so, you know me, when I don't know someone, and I think I'm really funny.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm funny, and we both know I'm usually not.
I would disagree with that sentiment.
And I'm sorry, I'm laughing right now because of the backup whistle has started.
The steamroller.
Now. I didn't even know it was equipped with one of those beep.
They all
beep.
are. They all are, dude. Any kind of, even the little scooters, man.
Yeah.
The little what are they called? Hover rounds or whatever.
Yeah.
It goes 2 miles an hour, maybe. If it hits you, the worst you're gonna get is a bruise on your calf. Yeah.
So these fellas, they come in. They're just going to do an audio show. So which I'm happy. I don't have to fire up the cameras or charge a bunch of batteries or turn a bunch of lights on, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm happy with it. And they sit down and do their show, and we do their opening and everything, and we're going along. And I act as producer. I'm not on mic at all.
Right.
I'm just sitting over here pushing buttons. And again, I think I'm funny. I'm not, and I'm learning that. But he The Matt guy, the smaller, older fellow,
Callan 2.0.
Callan. He's telling a heartfelt story. Okay, he
course.
Really is. He's
and this
getting
is the
into
time
it.
you choose.
Yeah,
to drop your funny.
Yeah, he does. He's telling us about his life and things where he's tripped over it and made a few mistakes, and it really is. It's kind of a quiet little heartfelt time. So I think it's funny to hit him with,
"You are a sad, strange little man."
Yep. And it went over just like that. It was crickets. They just went on.
Yeah, they're like,
yep. Yeah.
Starting to regret this whole studio
Well,
situation.
here's the thing. I've not heard them put their show out yet. The show that I produce for them. It's a weekly show. It's not been out yet.
You never know.
They've not uploaded.
They might be busy. Either that or they might be seeking other options as far as recording. You never know. You never know.
As you heard me mention earlier, this is our Lou Ferrigno show. This is the one. We're going to release it.
Hulk load.
Yeah.
As Rogan likes to call it. Huh?
I didn't know that.
This is a different one, though. This is a different kind.
But we're going to get it done today, regardless. I don't care
about
anymore.
all the going on outside. It's like a fucking earthquake every time that thing drives by.
Yeah. Any other time I would have said, Corey, can, go home, take a nap.
I did that. I already did that before I came in.
Yeah.
That's why I was like half an hour late. I was like, I can get a half an hour easy.
Yeah.
Just as something.
Power nap.
Yeah.
Take the edge off.
And then the alarm went off and I was like, fuck. Yeah, but I made it. I'm here. I got a coffee. We're good. We're good.
Oh.
Let's do some, you want to do the little ads?
Well, first and foremost, I want to tell you happy belated National S'mores Day.
Oh, yeah. You're welcome.
Well, thanks for doing that for
I am
all
a
of
s'more
us.
champ, so, I mean, come on.
The most popular campfire treat is recognized each year on August 10th. That's when we did the last tape.
This is true. This is true.
During National S'mores Day, this delicious, gooey treat is loved by millions across the United States. S'mores consists of a roasted marshmallow with a layer of chocolate bar sandwiched between two pieces of graham cracker. I'm uncomfortably sexually aroused right now, just with that description.
You should be.
The origin of this tasty snack is credited to the entrepreneur Alec Barnum. However,
Alec Baldwin.
There's always a however. The first recorded version of the recipe can be found in the 1927 publication of Tramping and Trailing with the Girl Scouts. Even though the Girl Scouts were not the first ones to make s'mores, Girl Scout groups described them in their reports as early as 1925. Earlier recipes used the name Some Mores.
Yeah.
It is unclear when the name was shortened or mashed up, as the kids say, to s'mores. Today, there are many variations on the original s'more. Try spreading peanut butter on the graham crackers before adding the other ingredients. Substitute peanut butter cups, which I've seen you do.
Delicious.
In place of the
Super
chocolate
good.
bar.
Super good.
Replace the graham crackers with fudge-dipped cookies.
I haven't done that with
Those Keebler elves, they're on to something.
They
with
know
those
what they're
fudge
doing.
Stripes.
They know every little thing they're doing.
Because I think that's basically, no, that's a shortbread cookie, isn't it? It's not a graham cracker.
Yeah, but they have like several.
Do you know what makes a graham cracker a graham cracker?
I have no idea.
Mm-hmm.
No idea.
Grams.
I enjoy them thoroughly. But
As
I don't
do
know. But I don't know. I
absolutely don't.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to come out with I just started that new diet, so it's going to be a little slow going here for a bit, but I'm going to figure out some new twists, even in addition to that, on the s'more. I'm going to bring the heat, as they say.
Here's my confusion.
I'm going to bring the heat.
I'm hoping you can square me away on this. Mm-hmm. You, fitness man that you are,
enthusiast.
You're trying to get the 6-pack.
Yeah.
showing. You're trying to get that down, and I can see you're stripping. You look good. You look great.
Hey, thanks.
But you're thinned out.
Yeah.
You're dropping. This concerns me when it comes to eating the s'mores.
Well, sure, yes.
A fella like me, if I told you, I'm going to go knock down some s'mores this weekend, you're thinking, well, yeah, probably.
Duh. Yeah.
But a guy like you, I'm going, nah, if he takes one, he's eating half a s'more.
How dare you?
A couple bites.
No.
Yeah, tell the people about that.
Well,
See, I know you. They don't.
That's the furthest thing from the truth. I'm going to at least have 4 minimum. I'm going to, I'm not going to open up a package of Honey Maids or Hershey's and waste my time with one or half of one. Just asinine to me. Mm-hmm. So I'll have at least, when I do a s'more setting, it's at least 4. For a while, I was doing one a day, but I have to curtail that for the diet. But
yeah,
I'm gonna find a keto friendly s'more. I'm gonna make one or the other. That's gonna be a tough little gig, but because I put in my stats and my macronutrients. Air quotes there. I can only have like 71 grams of carbs a day, give or take. If you throw a marshmallow and some graham cracker in there, that's going to eat up like fucking half of that.
Well, you can make a graham cracker out of like what?
Bacon.
Cauliflower?
Bacon.
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute now.
That's the great part about the keto diet. It's all fat and protein.
Yeah.
That's, you know what I mean? So, you're losing carbs, but it's not like you're suffering, man. You know what I mean? You got to eat all the good shit.
Are you struggling at all with anything?
Sometimes. Energy level can be.
Yep.
Because those carbs, dude, sometimes you feel a little drained. For sure, yeah. But other than that, that's not too bad. Like, my body seems to be adjusting well to it. So far, I'm only like a week in at this point, so we'll see. But it seems to be going just fine right now.
So your goal is one s'more a week now instead of one every day?
I don't know. We'll have to play with the numbers. Probably.
Play with them.
Probably.
Tweak them up.
Dude, you don't understand, man. I could put on weight so easy. It's not hard for me to put on weight at all.
Did you just say I don't understand?
Well, yeah, but that took years. I could get that 3 months. Easy. Easily. And probably way more than you.
You could pull 3 bills in 3 months.
No problem.
There's our contest.
See how fast I get diabetes.
If I could get you fat and bearded, it would just be a dream.
There was a time in my life, buddy, where I was that. That was me.
Well, you weren't fat, but you were
250.
You're thin guy.
Yeah. Buddy.
Fat bastard.
You know what I mean now? 195.
Really?
Yeah. So, yeah, there was a time, man, where I was unrecognizable to now, to then. I've got photos, man, that I'll show you you'll laugh. They're hilarious. I look so homeless. Like, I'm surprised that I'm married or even had a girlfriend at the time. You know? Bless her heart. Because goddamn. I look back, I'm like, Jesus. Whew! It's a rough time.
Tweaked Audio has one mission: to provide audiophiles around the world with high-quality audio products at affordable prices. They have all the most popular colors and styles you can't find just anywhere. Bluetooth, sport, metal, and even wood earbuds. Mic'd, unmic'd, over-the-ear headphones, and all the accessories to keep you tweaked. Go to thetweakedaudio.com and get great earbuds. Use discount code BTEAM, that's BTEAM, at checkout and get 33% off all orders. But is that all?
No.
Is that all we got with Tweaked Audio?
No.
Here's more.
Here's s'more.
Oh,
yeah.
Well played. Callback.
Mic drop.
I probably have that on the soundboard.
I'm sure it sounded way better than what I just did. Got a cat dying.
Free worldwide shipping. Lifetime limited warranty.
Right there. Not only are you getting a third off.
A third off.
The free shipping's like the best part, man. You know what I mean? Because you could order like 50 pounds of shit. Free shipping.
I don't buy anything online without free shipping.
I look for that too, dude.
Yeah.
Because that's where they get you. Like they'll give you like a super good deal, a third off, and then they're like, oh, then the shipping comes in, it's $24. So like, oh, you just made all your money back there.
Yep.
Because it's only gonna cost you like what, $2.99 to ship this priority.
That's right.
So
ridiculous.
It's a travesty.
Tweaked audio sounds better. Do you have some shopping to do? Of course you do. Everybody does.
I always do.
We always have shopping to do. The B team's made it easy on you. Get on your computer or device of some type. Enter in the B team with CoryandJim.com. Go to the bottom of our homepage and click the Amazon banner. Log into your account and shop away. There are no extra fees or charges to you. You shop as you usually do, but this time you help out your friends at the B team. Because when you shop using your Amazon banner, the good people at Amazon throw us a few pennies. Work hard, have fun, make history. Amazon.com. Video sticker. Our new.
This one's cool, man. This sounds cool.
Yeah. Well, except for the spelling. I'm going to tell you right now.
Yeah.
They might. Yeah. Pull us. They might pull their sponsorship.
No,
but I don't care.
No,
I don't like this. It's called video sticker.
I love it.
But there's only one E. Okay. VIDEOSTICKR.
That's right.
Oh, come on.
Buck the system.
With OCD.
Bucket.
People with OCD are not going to shop here. I'm telling you right now.
No, yeah, they will. Because you can personalize your own messages.
It's true.
However you want.
It makes every gift more personal.
See?
You go to www.videosticker.com, the way I spelled it, the weird way, and check it out. Buy some and start making your gifts more personal. Check free shipping at checkout. You can use our code at checkout, B Team, and
same as tweaked audio.
It's same. Attach a video sticker to any gift card, or greeting card. Then on your smartphone, you can go to the URL on the video sticker, or just scan the QR code and enter the unique code. Now you'll be prompted to record a personal message. It can be video, picture, or text. When the recipient enters that same code, they will be wowed by your video, picture, or text.
Sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, what it is, it's just it looks like a gift card, and it has a QR code on it, or it has a unique code,
like a website, kind of.
Yeah. And you go to that, and somebody has left you a message. You can put that on anything, any kind of gift or
pretty cool.
Anything you can attach.
Now, our code gives free shipping for that?
Yeah, there's free shipping on that.
Sweet.
Come on, man. You know what you get with us?
Everything. Everything.
Everything.
Everything.
Well, do you want me to announce this with all the
yeah. You got some swag.
Stuff?
Here.
We got some stuff going on.
Let me do the Vanna White. Should I Vanna White it?
We got the B Team Contest is what we're going to call this.
I'm early.
Shortly, we're going to run the Lou Ferrigno interview shortly.
Yeah.
But while we've got you here.
You got to get them by the short hairs while you can, They can always skip ahead. It doesn't matter.
This is a contest wherein you, the viewer and listener, get to show your creativity. Go to our website at thebteamwithcoryandjim.com.
Yeah.
Do you want me to spell that out for them?
Yeah. No. No, they got it.
The B Team with Cory and Jim.
It's pretty self-explanatory.
It's when I do that stuff. And
just look right here.
And to our Facebook page, the B Team with Cory and Jim podcast. I think a lot of people don't remember to put the dash in between the B and the team.
You don't need to do that for the website, though.
Team. No,
You need to do that for Facebook.
Facebook.
Not for the website.
Facebook only. The B Team with Cory and Jim podcast is our Facebook page. Take a good, long look at our mugs. Or look at us right now.
Take a good look.
Mm-hmm. And then try to duplicate us. Yes, it's basically a lookalike contest, but you can use any medium. It can be a photograph of two friends you think resemble Cory and I. Maybe a pencil drawing of us the way they do it on the boardwalk. Mm-hmm. Or go crazy and see if you can use glue and elbow macaroni to paste up a picture of us. It's up to you. Bob Ross would say, "It's your little world." Well, he'd say it quieter. "It's your little world."
Dude, that was good. That was really good. That sounded just like him.
We will award prizes to 3 of our favorites. Now, we pick the favorites.
3.
That part's up to us.
Yeah.
Okay? The person we deem the winner will get to choose between 3 prizes. A visit to our studio for a guest appearance, but you don't have to appear if you don't want to. There's a lot of people that are like camera shy or mic shy.
Yeah.
If you don't want to, you don't have to. Just come and hang out with us.
Yeah, you can do.
Or
you can be on the show.
However you want to do it.
Yeah.
It's your prize.
Yeah. I mean, we're going to be pantless either way, so you're welcome.
Per usual. A special bat edition fidget spinner. That's right. A fidget spinner.
It resembles.
Careful.
Bat guy.
Full.
But it's not officially licensed.
It's not officially licensed.
It looks almost identical.
I would say identical.
You can't zoom in on that, but that's what it is.
No. Yeah.
It's fucking.
It's not just a box.
Pretty spot on.
There's a fidget spinner inside that box.
That's weighted. That's a good weight. It's a nice healthy weight to it.
It's a nice one. And we're so timely with the fidgets because it's just now coming out.
Yeah, they're just now hitting the peak of their popular. Oh wait, not so much, but that's all right.
And the third prize is a signed copy of Eric Barnett's debut CD, "Shipwreck in a Bottle." That's a signed copy by the artist himself. I got that in the mail.
There.
He was nice enough to send that to us, signed.
That's awesome.
And we're giving that out.
That's
as
worth
a prize.
like millions of dollars. That should probably
be.
That probably the first prize.
Whatever you pick.
That's true. You can
as we go along. Yeah, we're going to pick the winners.
We'll pick the order of the winners, and then they get to choose what they want.
That's exactly right.
And then the third place person gets leftovers. Sucks to be you.
We'll do better.
Be
better.
Better.
The winners will be announced on, I think it's going to be, let me check my schedule. I believe we are going to announce those winners on our September 9th show.
Nice.
We are.
Cool.
Yeah, that'll be September 9th.
I'll give some time. That gives almost a month.
Again,
almost a month.
If you're not crystal clear on that, it's a lookalike contest. You can go take a picture of a fat potato and a skinny potato and say, that's Jim and Cory.
That very well could win it.
Yeah.
It's wide open at this point.
It sure is. Yeah, just anything you want to do that resembles Cory and I, we'll put it in our contest. And you can enter. I mean, just send it to us and consider yourself entered.
Yeah.
You can go
you don't have to do anything special. Just send a photo.
Yeah. point19productions@gmail.com.
Right.
That's our email. Or you can send it on our Facebook page, the B Team with Cory and Jim podcast. Or how else? On our website?
Website. You can go to the Get At Us. Sure you can do that.
Yeah.
I don't know if we can upload photos in that or not.
I'm not sure.
Maybe. I'm sure you could tag us. Tag either B Team Jim on Instagram or The Real Cory Ellis on Instagram.
Or B Team 19.
On Twitter.
On Twitter.
B Team 19.
B Team 19.
So there's several ways to do it. What I want to see, what would be awesome. You ever seen those speed paintings? Like the speed drawings? You ever seen those? What it is like somebody makes a drawing, but it's like they speed it up over just by video editing.
Oh, okay.
I want to see one of those. But dude, have you ever seen a dude that does it with ketchup at like McDonald's?
I don't think so.
Oh, it's awesome. I don't know his name, but there's a guy who does a ketchup painting of Ronald McDonald at McDonald's. It's phenomenal.
Really?
Yeah. It's awesome.
He just squirts the ketchup out like on the...
Yep, and then takes it and dabs it and starts making it. It's awesome. Really cool.
People really are cool.
They're just talented. Because not only would I never think to do that, I don't have the ability to do that. It would look horrible.
You didn't get to make it to the interview.
I did not.
Tell us about that.
I was disappointed, man. I was super pumped.
No.
Kim get a hold of us. He's like, hey, just so you know, Lou's going to be in town. If you guys want to meet him, set up some time.
Yeah.
Then he gives the day, and I'm like, shit. I have people coming over to paint my house for repairs.
to be fair to you, it was kind of a last minute thing. I mean, he was in between radio interviews and all that, and they literally had like 12 minutes to squeeze something in, and we had to be there at a certain time, and you had people. What were they doing? What were they doing to your house?
Well, I had some wind damage to my roof, which caused some leaking. So inside it had some interior damage. Not a lot, but they had to come, like during when he was in it, they were coming that day to do like the prelim stuff for the inside work. Wow. At like the same time.
That's nowhere near as exciting as meeting Lou Ferrigno, just telling you that.
Yeah, I know.
So it was really cool. Thank you to Kim Denny, a friend of the show, bodyguard to the stars.
If you want to hear a little bit about Kim, he's on one of the episodes.
I wish I could remember the episode.
I don't know the exact number, but it's either in the late 70s or early 80s. But I mean, his name is in the title, so
yeah,
very, very interesting guy.
Go to our website and you can pull up the old shows and take a look. I think it's the top right button you can click. It says listen here now.
We have a banner on there. It'll take you straight to the YouTube thing if you want to watch it. If not, Stitcher or iTunes, SoundCloud, you can find it that way too.
If you want to hear us, you can, right?
If you want.
Yeah, and you don't even have to look that hard to find us. Not anymore. You used to.
No.
Not anymore.
Before, it'll take you a minute. But now, I think it's fairly easy.
But thank you to Kim Denny. Great guy in his own right. So I show up at the house, and this is the first time I ever see him live. Lou, I'm talking about.
Now, how sweaty are you at this point?
Yeah, I'm starting to get juicy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What's the smell? Describe the smell.
Probably.
Just for you. Him, I already know, coconut and sunshine.
Lou? Mm-hmm. Absolutely. He smelled phenomenal.
I know he did.
I'm going to tell you right now.
I know he did.
He really did.
I wasn't even there, and I know he smelled.
He smelled like rich leathers.
He smelled like winning and strength.
Yeah, he did. He really did, if you had to put it in a bottle.
Sure.
That's exactly right. I took on the odor of, like, those pencil shavings when you were a kid and you would sharpen the pencil at school.
Mixed with corn chips and depression.
A lot of that. Yeah. It's sorrow. Yeah.
And regret. I don't know.
Does obesity have a smell? Because that was really coming off me when I met Lou Ferrigno, the fitness guru that he is.
Oh, dude, it would have been so funny if you did you Carl Weathers him and Arnold, like Predator? Did you Predator him?
No.
Did you lock up? Try to arm wrestle him right away. Then he toyed with you for a minute. I would have. That's what I would have done.
Nope.
Straight away. I'd have just came in right at him.
He
would have known what was up.
You and I did the math before the show. I think he's 66, right?
65.
60, yeah,
I believe.
Yeah, I wouldn't arm wrestle him. I don't think you would do well arm wrestling him. No, today.
We're playing the role of Carl in the scenario.
Yeah.
He's Arnold. He's himself.
He doesn't want to be Arnold.
I know that.
He's Lou Ferrigno. Why would he want to be?
I'm just saying, doing in the context of Predator, if we're role playing like we're in Predator, I would be Carl Weathers, the white version.
You think I went to interview Sylvester Stallone? Don't
no,
you? You think?
No,
you're convinced.
You're not cool enough.
Do you know who I talked to?
Yeah.
Okay.
The original Hulk.
The Hulk. Yeah. My boy.
No CGI needed.
Nope. Please.
All natural, baby.
Yep. He's just when he's sitting there, he just looks like 8 circles. I mean, he's just got the big shoulders and everything's just round and bulky and muscular and
easy.
Yeah. I'm sorry, man. I'm pretty excited.
You sound a little turned on right now. Just saying.
It wasn't like that.
Well, did you touch him?
Well, I was afraid. No, he touched me, though.
Show me on the doll.
Not like that. It was a playful little punchy thing he did just as we were ending the interview.
Where'd it hit you?
In my arm? Shoulder, I believe.
Did your arm basically collapse? You have no feeling in it for a couple hours?
I didn't have any feeling for a couple hours until reality hit me. I was telling everybody on Facebook that it's really weird. I was interviewing a superstar, Lou Ferrigno, and then within an hour after I left the interview, I was at my house folding laundry. It's just
a day in the life.
It takes the wind out of you. It really does. It's like, oh man, wish I was going to hang out with Lou for like the rest of the day and not.
Who knows, man?
This.
Maybe he'll come back, get to chill a little bit longer.
Listen, I'm going to keep chipping away.
Get him on the show.
At him and at Kim. If we could get a full hour with Lou, it'd be phenomenal. Because he is fun. He's fun.
Well, I'm sure
funny.
he's got some awesome stories too.
Yeah, I was scared to meet a hero. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right, because
I don't have a lot of them.
Well, that and they always say you never want to meet your heroes.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Yeah, because you're thinking, okay, he's going to be a Hollywood douche, a rich guy. I'm just, I live in the flyover states, as they say, and I just nothing.
You're just a guy.
Yeah,
just a dude.
Just
man.
another face.
How dare you? Nothing.
Yeah. But no, he didn't treat me like that a bit. He acted like he was, happy to meet me.
Having not met him, he does seem like a really super nice guy.
It was as awesome as I hoped it would be.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thanks for throwing that in my face.
When I first got there, he was sitting on, Kim. He's built a couple really nice motorcycles.
Yes.
One of them is Armed and Dangerous, is what it's called.
Yeah,
it's been in magazines, hundreds of
yeah.
magazines, I think, and it's got to be one of the most photographed motorcycles there's ever been.
I would assume.
And Lou's never sat on it before, but as long as they've been friends,
really?
Lou's never sat on it.
Has he ridden it?
He said,
or does Kim let people ride it? He's like, no, that's mine.
That's my ride. I don't think I've ever seen anybody ride it. They'll sit on it.
Sure.
Like Lou did, gave a thumbs up picture, but that was it. So yeah, I got to watch them just pal around before we actually started the interview. That was kind of fun.
Yeah.
And then we sat up and had a little chat.
Awesome.
Want to take a look at it?
Let's fire it up, because I'm curious as well as everybody else is.
All right. What's our producer's name today?
Our producer?
Yeah.
Jamez.
Roll the tape.
Roll that beautiful beam footage.
Hi, B-Teamers. This is Jim. I'm speaking with, this isn't a twin. It's like looking at a mirror image. Lou Ferrigno. Some might remember him as the Hulk. I certainly do. Growing up, my favorite TV show.
Thank you.
But more recently, the King of Queens. That's the favorite thing.
I've done it for 7 years.
That I watched you, and that was amazing. Kevin James, Leah Remini, Jerry Stiller, just everything. And something that Kim told me, and I want to thank Kim Denny for facilitating this meeting with us today, because he was on our podcast, the B Team with Cory and Jim, and he told me that your wife actually plays your wife in The King of Queens. I didn't know that.
Yeah, in a couple of the episodes, The King of Queens was a lot of fun, and people mentioned that because it's more like a family show.
Yeah, it was, and that surprised me. I mean, because she's so beautiful, I thought they hired an actress to play your.
Well, she
wife.
she was originally an actress, so they mentioned about her being on the show. I said, why not? So it's great to see husband and wife, but it's wonderful how they integrated us in the show.
Yeah, and you're in Ohio now, doing Comic-Con.
Yeah, they went to Comic-Con this weekend.
Yeah, and you're talking about Ferrigno Fit.
Yeah, exactly. It's a great website my daughter and I have teaches you how to become your own personal trainer. Like people that can't hire a trainer, they could train themselves to get customized meal plans, how to train, how to exercise, any age, any body type, anywhere in the world. And what's funny is that I'm sitting here, I'm looking out the window. I lived here 1973-74. Columbus, Ohio is my second home. I used to work at United McGill in Worthington, Ohio, and then on the weekend I would go to the Suburban Steakhouse, Jack Bowman. So I used to work also as a host. But it brings back a lot of memories because it's like 43 years ago. I lived here for 2 years.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Columbus, Ohio, 1973, and also about 4 years ago I got sworn in the Delaware Sheriff's Department.
That's what a lot of people don't know. That's what would surprise a lot of people. You're a sworn deputy.
Yeah, in California, I went through the academy 12 years ago. It's like I'm a sworn deputy, so it's nice to be sworn in Delaware County.
I would almost, if I knew you were working, I would almost spend my day speeding through Delaware County, hoping I would get a traffic ticket with your signature on it.
After the interview, to give it a shot.
No,
Then you and I will be booked together.
I don't think I will. But thanks. Ferrigno Fit. I mean, I think it's obvious to you that I keep myself stage ready all the time. Ferrigno Fit, the products that you have available, is it for just a bodybuilder, or
well, it's for health. We got vitamins, we have supplements, we have great protein powder. It's all for general health.
Okay.
And people that want to lose weight, get in shape. So it's got a lot of variety to the website. And whatever kind of routine you want to choose or you want to do, like for example, say if you want to lose weight, say if you want to bodybuild, you get different program. It's amazing. It's all online. Because a lot of people don't want to hire a personal trainer. They rather train themselves.
Right.
So that's beneficial.
Right. And is there any, of course, with anything, your eating habits are going to come into play. I feel like I've interrupted your lunch today. You're probably... Kim, do you even have enough roasted chicken here for Lou Ferrigno?
Well, let me just tell you this. When we sit down to eat, which is pretty often, we sit down at a restaurant, he will order specific right down to 2 olives. I mean, he tells us specifically what he wants. Me, I'm a hamburger guy or a pizza.
Well, I don't eat that
regimented.
much. Like Kim was saying, I don't eat that much. I just eat very simple foods. Like for example, for dinner, I will have maybe like a chicken or fish, a salad with mushroom, and maybe a couple green olives and a baked potato, glass of wine. Lunchtime, I have like some protein and vegetables. In the morning, I have an omelet. But that's it. I eat sparingly. I don't eat huge amount of food. I did years ago when I was bigger. I would have sometimes 2 dinners. I would eat like 5 or 6 times a day. And if I splurged like on the dessert, I would eat the whole cake. But those days are behind me. But I was 21, 22 when I was living here. Boy, did I eat a lot.
Now, you were competitive at that time, right?
Yeah, I was. And it's funny sometimes when they would have a barbecue like over the summer, and they invite me to the barbecue, I just sometimes I get a look on their face. Sometimes I want the 4th hamburger.
Yeah.
And then the guy at the barbecue flipping the burger, kind of looking at me and saying, "God damn, why'd you invite him? Why did you invite Lou Ferrigno to my barbecue?"
But what would you say if you had to guess, and it would probably be guesswork now, during your competitive day, what would you say your caloric intake is? I know that was a big deal when they were talking about Michael Phelps, the swimmer.
About 4,000 or 5,000 calories a day. Yeah, now probably 2,500. I eat by feel now because I weigh 245. I know what to eat, how to eat to stay at this body weight. Like for example, if I eat too much, I make sure the next day I eat less and I do more cardio.
Okay.
To keep it to 245. My weight always been 275 my whole life. I'm 245 now because I've had to be lighter because, being older, I've had to be more flexible.
But you eat what they call clean, pretty much
exactly.
all the time.
Very clean, very healthy. I don't eat any heavy sauce or like starch. I like sugar. Maybe like in the morning I have a little peanut butter, a little jam. I eat all natural. I don't eat unsaturated fats.
Okay.
But fats like that, you mostly just make sure clean. Make sure you have like olive oil, vinegar, like meat, fish, eggs, fruits, and vegetable. Clean.
You're probably in the air almost as much as you are on the ground. How are you eating in the air? How do you eat so clean in the air?
Well, it's a pattern. I've been like that for my whole life because of being a bodybuilder, I'd rather eat like that so I can stay lean and muscular and keep my fat intake low so I can have like very little fat between the veins and the skin to show my definition.
Yeah, what you're referring to, Jim, he just got back from England.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, on the airlines.
Yeah, and now he's at home one day. He's
Yeah.
back in Columbus.
Yeah, so that was my point, is how do you eat clean in the airlines, with airline food?
Oh, airline, okay. Sometimes I take a couple of protein bars with me.
Okay.
Or sometimes I request a special meal on the plane. Like, for example, if they serve food on the plane, say they serve an omelet, and then you have like fruit, and say they give you a muffin and cookie. I don't eat the muffin, I don't eat the cookie. I have the fruit and maybe the egg. Maybe have a couple of protein bars just as a backup snack in case I get hungry. But usually I eat before I fly, so this is why I won't eat as much on the plane. I don't eat a lot on the plane. I rather eat light because when you're flying, I'd rather not have a large meal. So because of the gravity, you have to work on the digestive system. And it's kind of like an overload to me. Because
Right. Now, you recently, did you just wrap a film, or is it's coming out soon?
Well, I got 4 films coming out. One of them just came out called Instant Death, and it's very close to me because it's about a soldier that he basically rekindled his relationship with his wife and kid, a British woman, and she died. So I fly to England to rekindle my relationship with my kid, my daughter, granddaughter. So apparently this vicious drug gang get a hold of my daughter, and they blind her, and they killed my granddaughter because they were looking for me for some unknown reason at the time. So I find out I seek revenge. You see a lot of fight scenes, a lot of heartbreaking. It's a great film, kind of like the remake of Death Wish.
A lot of stunt work, a lot of action.
Yeah, and it's a heart-to-heart film. It's nothing fancy, no fancy CGI. It's all about die-hard fighting scenes, shooting, and I use a lot of my technique for the sheriff department. None of those movies, you see the guy flying with 2 guns in the air. It's all about hardcore shooting, style, combat, my style of fighting.
No, wait, you're telling me that's not real? Because it's my biggest dream is to hang on the bottom of a helicopter while I'm shooting at a bad guy. You're telling me that's not going to happen?
No, this is all. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but you get to do that stuff.
Yeah,
you get to play.
It was a British film.
Yeah,
I was the only American in the film, and it's funny. I'm not a big fan of the British food, so I had to get someone to go out and order the food specifically I like to eat. Like for example, one time I would like sliced turkey and a couple of pieces of fruit, while everybody else is eating just sandwiches like white bread and maybe just one slice of bologna, maybe one slice of salami. I can't eat like that. So it's important that no matter how busy I was, I found time to order the proper food and make sure I get my training regimen in as well.
Well, Cory tells, Kim tells me that when he goes over to the UK, he can't get enough of the spotted dick. That's his favorite, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I thought Lou doesn't have time for my nonsense. So I apologize. So that movie's done. It's out right now on DVD. I want to recommend everybody.
Instant Death, you can get it on Amazon too.
Instant Death. And you say you were the only American actor in it?
Yeah, because it's a British film, and I don't recommend young people to watch it, especially kids, because it's very violent. It's a very violent rape scene with this gang and my daughter in the film. So I would recommend for people over 17 to watch it. Of course, the little kids, they'd be like,
yeah. No, what drew you to law enforcement?
My father was the NYPD lieutenant for New York Police Department for 26 years. So I grew up in law enforcement.
Right.
And I respected him the way he handled the firearm. He was always have the badge, and also the way I used to visit him when he used to work at the station. I've always been fascinated with law enforcement. So it's about 13, 14 years ago, talking to the sheriff at the time, Sheriff Barker, and he said, why don't you go through the academy? I said, okay. I took 6 months. I went through the academy, learned how to shoot, drive, all that kind of stuff, and then to be certified by post, because I wanted the real deal. I want to do the honorary thing because I want to give back, and it changed my life too. Because it's amazing, because you see what's happening on the other side of the law, because everybody has this negativity towards police officers. Yeah. But I would advocate and always stress the fact now that it's not us as an officer, because we're always being targeted as bullies. I mean, don't get me wrong. There are some, crazy officers, but the point is that this country was built on guns, and we have to respect our law enforcement, because I'm more into the homeland security. And it changed my life, because everything I've done, I would say being a sheriff is one of my favorite things to do, because I like giving back. I like to do search and rescue, like saving people's lives, and especially being aware of like keeping the neighborhood safe, and just contact with other officers, showing my support for different police department, sheriff department, promote them in a positive light. Good,
and that's much needed, and I appreciate that myself, being a retired deputy myself. Well, I think I'm getting the signal here. That's all the time we got. You got to go eat some healthy food.
Exactly.
I'm going to go get me a box of Little Debbie's and finish those off.
Maybe throw some Snickers.
How did you know? How did you know?
It's like he lives in me.
Three Musketeers.
How do you know me?
Yeah, what are those little? What do you call those peanut butter cups?
That's
That's
enough. He used my former hero, Lou Ferrigno. Thank you so much.
Perfect.
Thank you so much.
And there you go.
I wonder if Bush's is going to come after us for that.
You were worried. You saw that awesome interview with Lou
all I
Ferrigno,
could think
and
about.
you're thinking about being sued
That's all I can think
by
about.
the Bush people.
They're not going to sue us because there's no money.
So as you see, he's a nice guy.
Mm-hmm. Super awesome, dude.
But when we talked about diets and that sort of thing,
Mm-hmm.
even after the interview, just for a couple minutes, and it's important to him now. It's not so much maintaining the big, bulky bodybuilder look, but that
tough
healthy.
to do, right?
He seems. Not he seems. He is more interested in keeping the skin tight,
Sure.
and that vascularity. Man, he's just, veins. There, if he had to give blood, it'd be so easy. Me, they have to go all day to get through this seal
Flapping
blubber.
shit.
Yeah.
Be like, God, this
Yeah.
fucking guy.
Yeah, when you're built like a manatee, it's kind of tough for them to find
Gentle
a
giant,
vein.
though.
Yeah.
Except for that one that attacked that lady.
But yeah, man, he's
That one time.
he's just veins everywhere. It's got to
Yeah,
be
man.
a breeze.
Dude,
for
it
him.
worked out his entire life.
Yeah,
Probably still doing it on a regular basis. So
yeah. But that
Yeah.
was awesome.
yeah, that's good that he's keeping that up, man. Because so often it seems like dudes that are in that profession, they get older and they'll like stop doing it. You get to looking like Schwarzenegger for a bit, and then I think he's on the upslide again, coming back a little bit. But yeah, got a little rough.
He was busy there for a while.
He's
running-
always busy, man.
Wasn't he running
Seems
a
like.
company or a state or something for a while?
I don't remember. I don't
The
recall.
governor? I don't recall. Good one. Good.
I'm used to that, I don't recall some of that. Not that I've been involved in anything, where
Yeah. Mine was more like, no, sir, I did not think to ask her for identification.
these days you gotta, man.
Man, you got that right.
It's unreal.
Well, not just these days. Back in my day, too, because I spent a lot of time at Virginia Beach, and I warned a lot of fellas,
Really?
make sure you check IDs because,
Was
wow.
that a thing? Did you get targeted? Did you get raped?
No.
Be honest. This is the platform to do it. If you have
No.
something like that in your past, you might as well do it now.
I don't know what you're
Just let it
talking about
happen.
right now. I'm starting to get a headache trying to figure out the math. On
I'm
what
all
you're
over the
saying.
place.
I'm talking about when I on the beach.
Yeah.
These girls would come up and talk to you, and things seemed like they were going really well, and then you find out they're there with their other like middle school friends or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my,
You're like,
I need
nah,
to go to my car.
I
and
don't
go
want to go
away.
to prison. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, though.
Yeah. So check those IDs, boys. And girls.
Yeah. Justin Bieber. Yeah.
Beebs.
Before that dude turned 18, please.
Really?
For some chicks, I'm sure that dude was probably jailbait. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't like thinking of that. Because I got 3 boys, and they're awesome.
Yeah, but
I would hate to think of them
some
as targets.
cougar comes onto them. They're not going to be suffering. That's not the one that's going to haunt them in their later years. They're going to be sitting back when they're like 60 thinking, damn, those are the good old days,
There are stories you tell, and then there are effing stories
Now,
you tell.
if it's some Yeti-looking biddy, okay, then maybe, sure. Not so fun. But out of the rash of teachers that have been targeting these young lads lately, yeah, there's nothing to complain about there.
Yeah, I've seen some of those. They show those on the interwebs.
Everywhere.
Some of the teachers that are getting busted for.
That's crazy anyway, but
It is.
come on.
I guess there's female sex offenders.
Oh, absolutely.
Sure.
Absolutely. Do you know some?
I'd rather not say.
Yeah, we'll just, yeah.
I do, but I'd rather not say.
Well,
talk to us about your plans. What you got going on?
I got a lot of stuff going on right now. Got a big day. Bed Bath & Beyond. No, I'm not going to do that.
You were talking a little
sippy sip, sorry.
Little flat Earth a little bit earlier.
Well, you wanted to. Let's throw it in.
Cory's Conspiracy Corner.
So yeah, the whole flat Earth thing. I haven't really done any research into that at all because I think it was ridiculous. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Because especially when you look at like photos from outer space and everything else, like you can clearly tell
it's a marble.
It's round, right?
Yeah.
There's a curvature to it, much like the back of a turtle. You know what I'm saying? So I got to do my own research, and I'm gonna start being the champion for the world turtle.
The world turtle.
Mm.
All right. I need a little more.
What that means is, so like, essentially, some people think that the Earth is flat, so it's just a little shelf. I'm going to start just pushing out there that the Earth is on the back of a turtle, a giant turtle. So,
do you think that
that it's real?
That there are people who truly believe the Earth is flat, or do we just have some people who like to argue, who like to be contrary?
Both. I've not heard a legitimate person talk about flat Earth.
You mean a non-crazy person?
Right, or someone that sounds like they're not insane.
Yeah.
Okay? Like, there's nobody that's in the scientific vein that I've heard or seen that proposes a legitimate argument for a flat Earth. Because I think that most people who even argue it are, not all there. So there's some craziness or some mental problem happening. Or they are doing it to be like trolling people. They're doing it to get a rise out of somebody.
Yeah.
To be funny. Because I don't. Other than that, I don't understand how you would think rationally that that's a legit argument
with all the evidence out there.
Yeah,
we've had people walk on it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it. Especially now. Like as technology keeps progressing and it gets better and better, so we're able to see more and more things about the Earth and everything, space and everything else. And they're like, I think it's flat. I'm gonna go flat. I call flat. Like what? Like you have to be joking.
It's becoming more and more difficult to see crazy. Mm. You used to just be able to look at a photograph.
Well, no,
look at Lee Harvey Oswald.
I'm going to disagree with you. It's becoming easier.
Lee Harvey Oswald photograph or so take an old photograph. I could tell you right just looking into those eyes. Oh yeah, he's nuts.
Well, I'll agree with you there. There's some people that just look fucking crazy right off the rip. Yeah. Charles Manson, for example. Yeah. One look, you're like, that dude's insane. No doubt about it. There's nobody questioning saying, I don't know. Yeah, he seems legit. Let's have him over for dinner.
Let's have him babysit.
Let's hash this out. But no, today I'm going to disagree. I think it's easier to spot the crazy because you have the thousands of social media platforms that you can post. Like, say you're on Instagram and you're remotely famous, and let's say you post a picture up there, and however many followers you have. Let's say 60% of those are like, "Hey, that's an awesome photo. You're really cool." Yada, yada, yada. And then you have 40% that are like, I'm going to murder you for putting what you just put up there. Unless it could be anything, just because they disagree with your point of view. Now they're becoming just fucking insane with what they're saying. So I think it's a little bit easier now. Because people are more, don't get me wrong, people hide still behind the veil of social media. They don't want to say, my name is this and this is what I think. They'll hide behind their name and make their account private. And
no, you're talking about the written word, though? Reading someone's
Yeah, or
manifesto.
Well, that or I guess they could do. I mean, you see those dudes like I forget what they're like a hacker group, but
Anonymous?
they wear the V for Vendetta mask.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, you're a computer hacker. Why don't you can hack your way out of this? You know what I mean? Why do you need to disguise yourself?
Yeah.
You know, no one's gonna lock you down if you're that good on your computer. You know. I don't know. Maybe I don't know shit, but I do know that I think crazier is easier to find because it's more like it's not as in today's world. It's not like back when you were a kid, man, where everything was pushed under the rug.
Yeah.
And all the crazies were put in the back.
Well, we didn't give power to it. The internet gives power,
right?
Gives
a voice
crazy.
to the voiceless. Yep.
The bronies. Do you know what that would have been back in my day?
Assaults.
They would have been dragged
assaults,
into the men's room somewhere and beat senseless, and say, "Go wear that, sparkly T-shirt somewhere else."
Well, they wouldn't even have made the sparkly T-shirt to begin with.
No.
So it's a different time.
Yeah, I think people are trying. It's been said, and I know you're in total disagreement with this because you told me back in the day when we just did an audio podcast, but it has been said that irony died on 9/11, and people are just trying now to recover irony. People are trying to be ironic. The huge muscular guy who wears the strawberry shortcake T-shirt, you know what I'm saying, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And all the evil that the hipsters do. They're just dirty hippies with money.
Some of them, sure.
Yeah. You're right. Some of them don't have money.
It's like everything else, man. There's always a group of people that are just, everybody's got their own thing going on. It's just more today's day and age is more accepting of a lot more stuff, which I don't think is a bad thing by any means, but it's different. It's definitely different.
Like a lot of people are shoving stuff down my throat, though.
Well, how do you mean?
Well, I don't mind being in a little bubble and being ignorant about a lot of things. Don't expect me to know that this person wants to be called, a they or a them instead of a he or a her.
Oh.
Don't corner me in a parking lot of a grocery store. And, when I say excuse me, ma'am, don't try to back me against the wall.
I think that'd be a little ridiculous for somebody to do that.
And I've told you in the past before, maybe not on the air, but off. I can't stand. I'm not racist. I'm not sexist. I don't know. It's all arguable, I guess. But I don't like the fact that like a tiny percentage or even a fraction of a percent of people out there are holding me hostage somehow.
But see, when you say that, I'm like, is maybe perceived that way by you. Because what I think is, I do live in a bit of a bubble in terms of I don't read a lot of news. People will be like, hey, man, did you hear about this? I'm like, no, because I'm doing my own shit, man, generally. Not that that's a good thing. I probably should be a little bit more involved, and it makes her a more well-rounded person. But no one's ever come at me like that where like, I've mentioned like, oh, excuse me, miss or something. And it became a problem. Because I think for me, I would have easy ammo there in terms of like, you would be like, first of all, I don't know you. So for you to come at me like that is a bit ridiculous to begin with. Now, if we were familiar with one another and I knew that was a sore subject with you and then that offended you, then sure, you could be upset. But for a complete stranger, for someone to do that would be, to me, is ridiculous. Now, they might have a backing of people that agree and say, oh, well, I can't believe you did that. But my perspective, coming from a rational person, or what I perceive to be a rational person myself, would be like, that's kind of a ridiculous thing for you, for you to assume that I would just blanket be like, well, let me just be as bland as I can be with everybody and well, let me
Yeah.
Just off the rip, because then you would never know what to call anybody or say to anybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's kind of a weird thing. It's like, it's odd.
It's not just that. When it's I have a right to, from the time I wake up until the time I go back to sleep, to be happy all day. I have the right, the expectation is.
I would say they have the right to be happy.
You have the right to be happy. I guess the expectation is the.
My thing is that everybody getting having something to be offended about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Or like one thing that they really get offended about. Like for me, and don't get me wrong, I'm a white dude that lives in America. There's not a ton of struggle that I've had to go through in terms of race, sexual orientation, that kind of stuff. So I'm not going to pretend to understand that plight by any means. But it seems like there's a whole bunch of this thing offends me because of whatever reason. Mm-hmm. And I question that in terms of,
and I am to be heard. You can't just quietly be offended.
Which I don't mind.
I've been quietly offended many, many times in my life.
Well, don't get me wrong. I don't mind if somebody wants to be vocal about it. But my thing is, are you truly being offended? Like, is something offensive to you personally? Or are you trying to fit in with a group of people because of whatever reason due to some perceived offense?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's hard for me to rationalize somebody that's not in a subset of whatever, that is going to be like, oh, I'm offended by that because you're like, you could empathize and say, oh, that seems like a shitty thing. Mm-hmm. But it's hard for me to believe that you personally are offended because somebody did something to somebody else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe I'm misusing that, but
I follow. I absolutely track what you're saying, but I just think that the internet,
it does. I mean,
gives a voice to those people that you're describing right there.
It for sure does.
Offended all day, every day about everything.
Yeah.
I can't imagine living like that. I used to do a little joke all the time that I don't do anymore. And it would be just, when you hold a door open for somebody, be it man or woman, it doesn't matter. And there have been many times where they just didn't say a word. Or I didn't hear them. They would walk through the door and I would loudly say, "You're welcome."
Sure.
Just kind of you could have said thank you. Mm-hmm. And I have actually had just one, I don't want to make it sound like it's been hundreds, one person say, "I didn't ask you to open that door." Yep.
Fair enough.
Yep.
And I would.
So do I stop opening the door for everybody because that one person's offended? Does that one person think I should stop opening doors? You just don't know.
And for that, like that moment right there, for me, I try to take those moments as little check marks in the wisdom category.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, okay, there's a couple ways you can handle that. There's a couple ways for sure. You get pissed and be like, "No, you didn't, but I still held the door open for you, motherfucker." Like, goddamn, I mean, you could at least acknowledge the fact that I did so, right?
Yeah.
Because you didn't have to fucking waste the energy to grab the door and pull it open yourself, because I'm standing here wasting my own time to make your life a little bit more convenient. You could be that guy, for sure. Or you could be like, you know what? Fair enough. Have a great day. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to let your fucking shitty attitude fuck with my day. You know what I mean? So I try to take side B. Mm-hmm. It's easier said than done, because a lot of times you want to be side A, where it's like, well, fuck you, man. Like, come back here. I'll slam this thing in your face. You know, like that. But you take a step back for a second, a little deep breath. You're like, really, is it worth it, man? Like, do I need to really be that person right now?
Knowing me as you do, what direction do you think I would?
Side A, all the time. Like 90% of the time.
Plus, it helps when you have a brother who's 6'7" and goes about 4
dude.
bills.
Yeah, big guy, man.
And he was with me, so my mouth gets a little loose.
Well, you're not a small guy either. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Well, and it's just, you don't expect that, man. You know what I mean? Like you expect when you.
Did you just call me fat?
in a roundabout way.
Take it.
Tomato, potato. You know. Yeah, I don't know, man.
Sorry.
You just derailed my thought.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
It's
my opinion doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't. No, you can get angry.
Mm-hmm.
You can get angry, or you can just
that's
check
my thing,
mark it and say, "Wow." Some people
putting
just
a little bit
aren't
more
ready
fuck it in your life. You know,
Yeah.
You'd be happier. Trust me. You absolutely will be.
Yeah.
Something happens. Fuck it. You'll be happier instead of wasting your time being like, "Did you see what just happened?" Like, no, I didn't.
See, I'm not a foot stomper and a complainer or a fist smasher, but I do that internally.
Sure.
But my OCD will not let me completely forget. A fellow like you can come upon a situation like that where somebody didn't say thank you when you opened the door for them, and it's done. After it's over, it's done with
I wouldn't
you.
even have, well, yeah, I wouldn't even have done what you did. I wouldn't even have said you're welcome. I just hold the door open. If I don't say shit, oh well.
Yeah. See, my OCD will not allow that to happen. It will fester all day to where I think, well, humanity's doomed. Humanity is doomed.
Because of one dude.
No, I want to get out of their world as soon as I can.
Yeah?
Yeah, I do that. There are certain people that I see, not people I have, well, there might be a few I have in my life, but there are people that I see during the day where I know I absolutely don't want to enter their bubble. And not only do I not want to enter their bubble, but I want to take me and my bubble and go elsewhere as quickly as possible, because things are about to get stupid or crazy over there. So I'm going the other way.
You can recognize a bad situation.
I am definitely, and this would have been considered, I don't know, back in the day, you tell me, but I have always, since I was a man of your age and younger, been a not in my backyard guy. Not fist fighting, saying, I don't want this happening here. Just I don't want it in my world, in my bubble. As long as it doesn't come to me, I'm not going to be the guy that you see on the news screaming about something. Never. That will never in my life. There's nothing I'm that passionate about that I'm going to get red-faced and scream and sweat on the evening news about it.
And I think, kind of in the same vein of what we've been talking about, as far as with like internet and the exposure, I think that person, the guy that's or gal that's, blah 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 all the time, is the minority. Yeah. But it's overblown now because it's sensational. So yeah, it's gonna sell more, or it's gonna attract more eyeballs.
That's where we come.
Than the majority. I think the majority's like you. They don't want to be messed with. As long as they're doing their thing and nobody's fucking with them, they're peachy, man. No big deal, right? Even if they don't like a certain thing, they're like, listen, man, as long as it doesn't affect me anyway, fucking do what you want to do, right? Generally.
That's where I'm saying that small percentage holding me hostage, I feel like sometimes. When I can't turn the television on,
I understand what you're saying,
without seeing this certain thing that doesn't follow, it doesn't follow my belief system, but you don't see me getting on the internet ranting and raving or getting on the news, that sort of thing. But it's in my face all day and every day. And I'm supposed to be, being an old white man, I'm supposed to take this now because I've had my meal and the check is due now, or something. Whatever the thought process is, I can't even wrap my mind around it.
Yeah, I know. I'm seeing your perspective now when you're saying being held hostage. I think what I don't like is that, yeah, if that group of people, be it whatever, for whatever cause, they're going to be the loudest and say, hey, this is wrong. They try to, or build up a wave of support to demonize people for certain things. Yeah. Even if it's things like let's say, for instance, for me in my little bubble, I like to hunt and stuff.
Yes.
And that can be a very polarizing topic with people. I think I just saw a statistic this morning last night in reference to the amount of vegans or vegetarians, as far as non-meat eaters in the world's like 3%.
Right.
So 97% of the population is meat eaters.
Yeah.
But you would maybe not think that. You would think that percentage was higher for the vegans, if you will, just due to a certain group of people, potentially, right?
And media
right, kind of hammering that down just because of some perceived slight to animals due to hunting or whatever. That's just one example, but you could put that in whatever other scenario you want to.
I support hunters, but I have to say that's not a perceived slight.
No,
it's not.
No, right. No. Okay, but what I mean by that is this. Let's say, okay, so a guy goes out and hunts an animal, right?
Yes.
Goes out and kills an animal. That animal's living out in the wild, doing its thing. If you're doing free range, public land, that kind of crap, not high fence or whatever, have you. Yeah. Going down to the dude's, he's got like a 10x10 thing and he just caps one that he pays for. That animal's living wild, doing its thing. It happens to be a particular animal that some guy wants to kill. Yeah. Kills it. It dies. He harvests it, eats it, that whole thing. The big thing is, like people will comment and say, "Oh, how dare you do that to that animal?"
Yeah.
And then they're eating a cheeseburger. Where if you go to a beef farm and watch what happens to those animals, it's horrendous.
Yeah.
That's why there's that whole movement for the free range and all this other stuff, because, factory farming and that kind of stuff, as far as like the high quantities, it's pretty kind of nasty if you think about it, So there's that, you know what I mean? That's what I meant by the perceived slight, in terms of, sure, you're killing the animal, but it's not, I'm going to keep it pinned in, like a little 6x6 cage its entire life, and then when it's ready to be killed, I spike it in the head and cut it up.
Well, I hope you've enjoyed the Lou Ferrigno show. I don't know where
we got.
I must have been thinking something.
I
blame myself. I took us there. I know for a fact I did take us there. So I must have.
That's how we are.
Something
in
my head.
We're ADHD all the way.
Mm-hmm. There's no doubt about it.
Let's just take a second. Thank Lou for taking time out of his day to meet with you.
Much. Yeah.
That was super cool. I'm sorry I couldn't have been there to meet him. But yeah, super. Seems like a super good dude. I hope we can get him back on the show, or at least I'll have an opportunity at some point to.
Yeah, we'll bring Kim back in. Talk to Kim.
Yeah, sure, for sure.
He's just fun to talk to. Mm-hmm. Fun fella. All I ask you to do is love somebody.
Thanks for listening. If you like what you heard, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel, Point 19 Productions, and to our podcast through iTunes or Stitcher. As always, we ask you help support the show by liking, commenting, and sharing our content. For up-to-date information regarding the B Team, head to thebteamwithcoryandjim.com.